Duplication is the ability to create something of value that's identical to another.
Yeah.
Something predictable.
Okay.
And think of a basic factory system as an example of duplication. You have a product. We were using basketballs to begin with, so let's use that now. You have a basketball. You design the basketball once. Okay, and then your production system or your value delivery system is designed to produce thousands or millions of basketballs that are identical to the one you just designed. Think of something like when my book comes out.
Right.
I only have to write the book once.
Thank God.
Yes. And, it used to be, back in the olden days, that if you wanted to duplicate a book, you had to have, a scribe or a monk, cloister themselves away for like 20 years and hand copy.
And even then, an individual cranked press after that, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. The printing press was an example of making duplication more efficient.
Right. Okay.
And now, I write my book on my computer. I email it to my editor. They take it to a high velocity printer, and they can print out potentially millions of copies over a number of years.
That's pretty cool.
Without having me as the author having to do any more work. That's the power of duplication.
Got it.
If we had to create hand copies of everyone to read this book, probably 10 people in the world would ever read it. But duplication allows you to design something once and then create many copies of that many people can then benefit from. Okay. So the interesting thing is that just like the printing press, the internet has made duplication of specific things far more efficient. Kevin Kelly, who is a really founding editor of Wired, number of books, he's a really smart guy, wrote an essay called Better Than Free. And one of the insights is that the internet is essentially the most efficient, cheapest duplication machine. It's like the internet is a copy machine. It just makes a lot of copies of things. And it makes the distribution of those copies instantaneous and almost free.
Yeah.
And so the easier it is to duplicate things, typically the less expensive they cost, and the more of a margin you can get, or the less expensively that you can
sell it for.
So, whereas a book, a couple hundred years ago in the time of hand copies, you would pay probably, a year's or a decade's salary.
Jeez.
For one copy of a book.
Because it would take someone that long to make it.
Right. Now you can download, an ebook on Kindle.
In like a minute and a half.
And pay a couple bucks for it.
It's pretty amazing.
Duplication, if you want to be able to sell what you're offering without directly being involved, duplication is your best friend.
Yeah. Because
the more you can duplicate, the more units or the more things that you have to offer people, through things like distribution channels and all those things, that's how you can actually expand outward.
Okay.
So if you're trying to design a business that you don't have to be the primary distribution channel, duplication is hugely important because that's the primary strategy you're going to use to serve everybody who wants a copy of whatever it is that you design.